If you've ever been to one of my clinics over the last few years and I touched on the subject of hands, one thing that I always used to mention a lot is that you can get everything that you need, speed, power, dynamics, control, whatever, from here to here. And that's still relatively true. The thing that I need to apologize for is that I've neglected the third gear. So here's what they are. Get this into your head so that you'll know how to use your arm while you play. So from speed to power, basically 3 gears. First gear, second gear, third gear. All right? So speed, power, strength. Speed comes from the fingers. So being able to use your fingers to play, the majority of your speed is going to come from being able to use your fingers. There's a little bit of the wrist engaged, but for the most part, being able to play really fast is going to come from learning how to use your fingers. Power comes from the wrist. Now, one important thing that I want you to remember is that volume, overall volume, especially when you're hitting your snare, volume doesn't come from how hard you hit. Volume comes from velocity. So the faster you throw the stick down, the louder the drum's going to be. The harder you hit, if you start whacking at your snare like a crazy person, for the sake of volume, this thing is only going to get so loud. So if you're working too hard to get all of that power out of your snare drum, you're going to hurt something. All of that misdirected energy is going to go straight into your arm and right into your hand, and that's how you develop carpal tunnel and all that other kind of stuff. The faster you whip that stick down, that's where your power is going to come from. So whether you're using traditional grip or whether you're using match grip, you want to be able to whip the stick down for volume. That way, you're relaxed 100% of the time. So whether I'm playing really soft or whether I'm playing really loud, home base is right here. I can get all the volume I need from this position. So remember that. Volume comes from velocity. Now, that third gear that I was talking about that I've neglected to mention in all of my past clinics, that third gear is the elbow. So you can play from the fingers, you can play from the wrist. Strength comes from the elbow. So there are ways that you can get plenty of volume if you want to get really animated and all that kind of stuff. If you're a metal player or whatever, and you really need to smack away at the kit. If you just focus on playing from the elbow, this is your third gear. This is your strongest gear when it comes to playing. So if you're doing big friggin' tom things, you can still keep your elbows in and just play from the elbow. There's no need to get all Homer Simpson with the whole thing, all right? Stay relaxed as much as you can, and then just practice playing from the elbow. So the best way to work on these three gears, obviously, for the first two gears, your fingers and your wrist, just grab a practice pad, work on your singles, work on your doubles. Simple. If you want to start learning how to work from your elbow, you can look up the whole molar thing because that's pretty much the gist of it. But you're basically going from here to here to here and playing from your elbow for extra strength. It's like a turbo boost while you're playing, just to get a little bit more volume out of that. To work on playing from your elbow, I suggest grabbing a folded up towel or using a pillow or something soft that can absorb your strokes while you're playing. You can use a practice pad if you want, but I think pillows and towels are a little bit better because they can absorb your hit. It's not going to bounce on you. You're not worried about rebound at this point. You're just worried about power. So take a folded towel, lay it on top of your practice pad, and just practice whipping that stick from the elbow. And you'll get a lot more power, but you'll still be 100% relaxed. All right? So those are the three gears, man. Fingers, wrist, elbow. Concentrate on those. Keep that in mind, the entire time you're playing. Work on them. And then, when you're playing your kit, the other thing that I'll mention that it's really important that you're able to switch these gears flawlessly. So you want to go from super fast to really strong or, whatever. Just weave in and out of those three gears because that's what you're going to be doing the entire time you're playing the drums, right? So that's it, man. Quick tip, three gears, fingers, wrist, elbow. That's about it. Go ahead, start working on it. See you next video.